I'm going to be doing a mixed media painting. I'm going to be starting with watercolor, and I have my watercolor paper out here, and I have my water. I'm going to start by, just randomly wetting my watercolor paper. I don't care if it gets fully wet, we can add more color. I'm also going to be using, you can use a regular Indian ink, but I have one of these pens. It's acid free. It's got a nice sharp point. It's an ink. I'm going to be using that to do a little drawing. Now I know a lot of you don't draw. If you're one of those who do not draw, what you can do is find a favorite picture of yours, go make a copy of it enlarged on a copy machine, take some tracing paper, go over it, and then transfer it onto your paper lightly in pencil. Any pencil marks left over at the end, you can always erase if they detract from your painting. I'm making sort of a bluish gray right now, and that's all I'm doing is mixing it. And then I'm gonna sort of randomly, and got a little bit of green in there. Let's add some more color. Got a little red. This is bright red. Picked up a little bit of yellow in it. It's got a little orangey tinge to it. I'm gonna go in with some alizarin crimson. Nice bright red. And I want color in the background. Let's go in a little bit of the yellows. Just kind of randomly. I don't want to stay too yellow. I'm gonna pick up a little like sort of green stuff right in through there. Now I want to go back into my reds, sort of my oranges up here. And I have a little spray bottle. It's just got water in it. It's just give it a little mist. Let everything kind of run. You can kind of down here. I want everything kind of faded out. I don't want a ton of color. Let's go in with my little blues and grays over here. Add a touch of the reds over here. But I'm just adding water to the brush and sort of. And and you can pick colors that would match your decor. If you've got more blues in your house, stick with the more blues. If you've got more of the bright colors, the greens, go with that. So I'm gonna let that dry. And once that's dry, I mean, you can use a hair blower if you wish to dry that. But once that dries, we're going to go in and do a little bit of a drawing. All right, background is fairly dry. And as you notice, watercolors do dry a little bit lighter. If you want a darker background, make sure you either do that or wait till it completely dries. And then you can go back in and you can actually add more color if you want. Now I have a picture of my granddaughter with her child, and I'm just sort of freehanding it here. But like I said, you can take a picture, make a copy, trace it, then trace it onto your thing and lightly in pencil, and then go over it with either Indian ink or some type of ink pen such as this. you can get at your store. But right here, we're just gonna sort of, start up here. And this, we're only doing an impression. We're not trying to get a lot of details. And we have her face runs down here. And she's got kind of an elfin pointed face here. And then we have the child's head, her son's. And he's got a little hair on the back and little fuzz up here. So, and he's got his little chubby cheek, and he's got his fist, sorta, right there, and there's his, and coming around. So, and then we have hair. Her hair comes all right. Her collar of her shirt. And it's all right if you know, the line's broken up, or you can sort of go back in and lay in a heavier line. And he's got his little shirt here. And his little ear is here. And then he's got that little fringe here. And there's his little neck. And his shirt. And his shoulder, and his arm comes down. And let's see, and we can go in. We're not looking for a ton of detail. And give her a little smile there. And up here, this is sort of got a kind of pattern up on this. And then we can give a few lashes down here. And her shoulder, she has a string coming off here, off her shoulder. It's coming around. Now we can go in. Straighten up some of them lines. A little more hair here. And that little fuzz. There's the collar of his shirt. And his arm comes around with little folds. We can go back in. Now this right here, if I put water on it, it will smear. So you can go in, you can see how it, so I can go in and gray in some areas. Be careful where you put in the water. In fact, I may go to a little smaller round brush here. I'm going to pick up some brown watercolor on that, just to add some. And like I said, I'm not trying to do a color. Painting. I'm going to pick up just a little bit of the, I'm not touching the eyes or anything because I don't want to bleed those out. I don't want the black in the face, but I'm giving a little color in the cheek. And same here. And I'm going to do just a touch of the brown, touch of the yellow. Go sort of a, just dab it, go and clean my brush in water. Just give them a little color. And touch a little of the blue. Add a little more to that shirt. Up here, I think. Oh, let's see. We'll take some of the, all the dark colors. And give a little bit of dimension to that. Maybe a little, the browns mixed with some of the reds, and just give that a little shadow under there. Over here, I'm gonna add a little more color over in here. And you can see how you can add color. Just, you gotta be careful of the lines. If you're using like the more permanent Indian inks or something, you've got more leeway about that. They won't smear as such. And how about just a touch of the reds there? Maybe a little on her mouth. And up in here, I think we need some more color up here. Write that down. Warm color up there. You can see how you keep adding color. A little cool over here. And then we'll add a little more warm. And, oh, let's see, how about some blues? Cool that down. And if you want, you can always go in, add a little more detail, a little more. Not trying to get a lot of detail, just this little cheek comes in there. Let's define that nose a little bit. All right, I think I'm gonna find a dry spot. And let's take that up. We've got our mat. You can see what we have. And it's just a little sketch. I mean, it's a rough sketch, but we weren't looking for a lot of details. We can just something to represent mother and child. And I think we have another finished painting.